What if there was a different way to live and work? Beyond the hustle and hype, beyond the never-ending race to get more clients, more money, more audience. A way that's nourishing, grounded, creative, connected, and still makes a major impact in the world. You're listening to Wellpreneur with me, your host, Amanda Cook. Join me as we explore alchemy and action for entrepreneurs who want to do well and be well. Hello and welcome to this episode of the Wellpreneur podcast. Now, I had planned a totally different episode for you this week because, as you might know, I have a membership community that's called Alchemy and Action. It's for entrepreneurs who want to do well and be well. It helps you to get unstuck, get out of your own way, make real progress in your business, explore some creative and woo topics to really get connected into the seasons of the year, and join an active community of entrepreneurs so that you're not alone. So my community only opens up for new members twice a year, in the autumn and the spring. And the spring enrollment is happening right now. So now through March 20th, 2020, you can join Alchemy in Action. If you want to learn more, you can go to wellpreneur.com/alchemy. So I had planned an episode for today exploring alchemy in action and really digging into the community and what it provides. But the more I thought about it, I was having lots of resistance to record that episode because it felt like I was just ignoring the elephant in the room. The big elephant being the novel coronavirus that causes COVID-19, right? I know for me, I found it more challenging than usual to work the past couple of weeks because I've really, actually since January, I've been following this virus just because of a personal interest in public health. And as it's escalated, I've just wanted to keep my finger on the pulse of what's going on and think through the various issues. And I know that this has been happening for a lot of you as well. So I felt like I just need to say something about this. And I've put a lot of thought into how we specifically as wellpreneurs, as entrepreneurs and practitioners who have deep expertise in different areas of wellness, how we can really contribute and help our communities. The reality is, how it looks right now when I'm recording this in March 2020, it looks like this is going to go on for a few months. And as much as we might like to just gather our loved ones around us and go hide out in a cabin in the woods until it all passes, that's just not realistic and practical for most of us. Life has to go on, work has to go on, and we can't just pull ourselves out of society, right? Now, that being said, there is a lot of value in the research that I've done and what I've read about limiting social contact and starting to what's called social distance. And the reason that we would want to do this, from my perspective, isn't just for our own health, but it's for the community. It's for the good of those that are more vulnerable among us, which of course is our elders, but also is a lot of people among us who might not look visibly vulnerable. There are people that have autoimmune conditions or lung conditions, or who are just going through treatment for other diseases, things that might not be externally visible. And for the good of all of everyone, we really need to follow the guidance that's given to us in our local area about having less social contact. Now, that being said, I don't think we can still just stop everything we're doing, right? And that is a really cool time that we're in because we still have the ability to connect with people and reach out through the internet, through technology. So, as a wellness practitioner, I've been thinking a lot about what we can do here. And I want to share some of these ideas with you because I think for almost everybody listening, you'll recognize skills and wisdom that you have that are actually really valuable at this certain time in the world. So many people listening have deep skills, expertise, and wisdom in different areas of health and well-being. So, for example, I've got 5 potential areas that I immediately saw where wellpreneurs can help. So in this episode, I'm going to share a few areas that I've identified that I think people are going to need help in over the next few months, and where I think a lot of you listening will have specific skills. But of course, it goes without saying that we want to be incredibly ethical and careful when we're helping people, and you should always operate within your scope of practice. There are always people that will exploit crisis situations, and I think all the countries around the world are going to be on alert for these types of situations, and that is not at all what I'm talking about. So you as a practitioner know your scope of practice and what you're qualified to do, and I think within that there's still a wide range of things that you can help people with that will be much needed over the coming months. The first is boosting our immune systems, right? So as we know, at the time of recording, there is no vaccine against COVID-19. And so what we need to do is support our bodies to be as healthy and resilient as possible so our immune systems can fight this off if we get it. And so many of you out there have knowledge around how to bring our bodies into balance and how to strengthen our immune systems. Lots of people don't know this stuff. Right? And so this is a real opportunity where you can step into your expertise and share your knowledge. Now, you can do that at all different levels. I'm not saying you need to start doing this huge thing if you don't want to. You don't have to start a YouTube channel. What about just purely sharing this information within your community? What about emailing your email list, reaching out to the people who you are connected to, and share your expertise if you have expertise in that area? Now, let's look at fitness and physical health. We're going to have a lot of people that are stuck in their homes and not able to go to the gym or go do all these other activities that they normally do. But as you know, exercise is so good, not only for your mental health, but to keep your body healthy. I am predicting that people are going to start looking for at-home workouts and yoga videos and all that stuff so they can exercise in a limited space indoors. So if you're a personal trainer or a yoga teacher, this is a great time to start communicating that to your clients and your contacts and your community so that you can give them resources, step up into that expertise to share with them on how they can remain physically healthy or physically fit while they're at home. And this could be something like, say you're a yoga teacher and you do one-on-one sessions with people or you run classes. Could you temporarily run some of those online for people so that people are able to do it from their houses? Same thing if you're a personal trainer or do any sort of physical activity, Pilates, whatever. Just start to, rather than thinking, oh no, this crisis, I'm not going to be able to work how I normally do and getting all panicked about it, flip it around. How can you make this work for you? People are still going to need this information. In fact, I think they might need it even more because they're going to be stuck at home and they're going to be looking for ways to keep themselves well and keep themselves active. So this can really be an opportunity. Okay, another element that I think a lot of you have skills in, cooking and healthy eating. So many people don't know how to cook. And for many people, they will be at home needing to cook food out of their pantry, maybe not being able to go out to eat or get as much takeaway or as deliveries as they're used to. So how can you share your knowledge about how to make healthy meals? Maybe meals that rely on more long-term ingredients from the pantry, for example. Or how can they make meals to freeze so that if they do get sick, they don't have to cook. They can just thaw something out and eat it. I don't know. This is up to everyone based on your expertise and your approach, but I see that there's going to be a really big need for people to learn how to feed themselves in a healthy way that's not just eating like ramen noodles and cans of soup for a month, right? So there's a big opportunity there. And again, that's something that you could possibly do online or also through your emails. And I think this is an area where we all need to look out for the people around us in our communities as well, especially the older and the more vulnerable people. You know, do they have the food that they need? Do they need someone to go get something for them? Do they need assistance in cooking? This is a time when we all need to reach out and help each other. Okay, the fourth area that I identified that people are going to need help with is stress, mindfulness, and meditation. Imagine being quarantined at home with your spouse and your children for weeks on end. This is going to be, could be, stressful. It's certainly different than what most people are used to doing, right? So, and even if you're not quarantined, just the level of uncertainty and stress in the world, not everyone knows simple skills like just meditating by following your breath, just helping people to be able to detach a little bit from their emotions and get some perspective is hugely valuable. Of course, if you have clinical training in mental health or therapy or counseling, this is going to be, I think there's definitely opportunities there for you to step in and support people during times of uncertainty. And finally, the last area I wanted to mention is that I know in the community, there's quite a few nurses that have turned into nurses that have become health coaches, doctors that have become health coaches. If you have that type of clinical experience, that is hugely valuable, and you can really use your expertise here to support your community. Based on my understanding at the time I'm recording this, because there is no vaccine or no proven treatment for this, it's really going to be, if you get the virus, you're supporting your own body at home to have your immune system fight it off. And so something like basic nursing skills that people used to know when we had a lot more infectious diseases in the world, like our great grandmothers would have known lots of nursing skills because they had to, because there was no place to send somebody when they were sick. But I don't think we have a lot of those skills anymore. And so I think, and I'm not the one to teach those at all, but I think if there's people out there that have that nursing, medical background, and you're qualified to do that, I think that's something where you can provide a lot of value, comfort, and reassurance to people by teaching those skills that people need to take care of their loved ones. Because the reality is, how it looks right now, most of us will be totally fine, right? Most of us are going to recover on our own. And so we're going to be at home, and we just need to know how to deal with that. And so having an expert walk us through those steps, I think would be really reassuring. There's probably lots of other areas that I haven't even thought about that can be very supportive and comforting, where you can use your expertise really to help your community in this situation. But just to recap, what I was thinking of was boosting your immune system, keeping yourself balanced and well, stress, mindfulness, and meditation, cooking and healthy eating skills, fitness at home, and then home nursing and medical skills. So my approach to this, because it's a constantly changing situation, is I feel like the right approach is to do that. Put on your own oxygen mask first and then help other people. So first, figure out what your family needs. We're in a situation where we can't control all the outcomes, right? There's a situation of uncertainty. But there are certain elements that you can control. And so figure out what you need to do for your family and for yourself and your immediate, the people around you in your little bubble, and do those things first. Get yourself ready, right? Whatever you need to do to feel like, yep, okay, I'm as prepared as I'm going to be. Whatever that means for everybody, it's something different for each one of us. But once you've done that, there's really no point in sitting around, clicking refresh on the news 50,000 times, stressing about how you might not get as many clients because the economy's tanking. That is not helpful, right? That's not contributing to anything except more stress. So once you have yourself and your family in a situation where you feel like you're as prepared as is sensible for your situation, then that's when we need to start reaching out and saying, what unique skills and knowledge do I have that I can help people in my community? And that could be something as simple as sharing your knowledge on social media. It could be sending emails to your email list, sending a newsletter. It could be reaching out to your clients and asking them how they're doing. What other types of support do they need? It could be starting a YouTube channel or a podcast, doing online training, like studying up classes. It could be as big or as small as you want. But I guess I just want everyone to feel like, you don't have to have a huge email list. You don't have to be Oprah to be able to make a difference. We can all make a difference in our communities. Just simply helping the people around you, physically or in the online world, can make a huge difference. Now, from a very practical perspective, this can also be great for your business and your expertise, because in these moments, you can step up to be a leader, right? And you're building your authority. So even by doing all of this stuff for free and sharing this information for free, you are going to build your community, build your expertise, build that know, like, and trust factor, and also really feel like you're doing something that's helping, which, to be honest, is why most of us got into this work in wellness anyway, right? So my message for you this week is, I know it's an uncertain time, but there's only so much that we can control. And so I think it's really worth shifting your mindset and taking a look at those skills and knowledge that you have that other people don't, and how you can apply those to really make an impact in your community. Now, the last thing I want to say is that if it does happen that most of us are spending more time at home, it's really important to reach out to your online community. Even though you're working at home, it doesn't mean you need to be alone. There are thousands of wellpreneurs around the world who are building their businesses online and in person, and we can all support each other. Of course, we have our free Wellpreneur Community Facebook group, but if you'd like to join us in my Alchemy in Action membership, where we're really digging into how you can be more focused and productive, how you can get aligned with your work so that it flows with more ease, how you can grow your business even in these uncertain times, how you can really connect to the energy of the season to let your life and work be easier, and just generally connect with like a really amazing group of entrepreneurs, practitioners, and business owners around the world, then this week is the time to do that. Alchemy in Action is open for enrollment through March 20th, 2020, and you can learn more and join us at wellpreneur.com/alchemy. With this episode, I'm wrapping up this season of the Wellpreneur podcast. Don't worry, I will be back, but I'm going to take a couple weeks break. But between now and then, you can catch up on the old episodes. You can also always reach out to us in the Facebook group or on my website, wellpreneur.com. Stay safe, everyone. And remember, people need the wisdom and expertise that you have. Business and life is continuing even among the uncertainty. And so take a little meditative moment to reflect on where you can really contribute to your community during this time. And I can't wait to hear from all of you and keep up with you as we go through this adventure of life together. Have a fantastic week, and I will see you back here very soon with the new season.